Hello and welcome to this Jane's weather update. We've got a lot of activity over New South Wales over the next couple of days, while the thing in the southwest is slowly easing from this morning, moving down right into the south. It's quite dry across the southeast and this big gap in the middle. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So there have been some big falls in here, showers and thunderstorms tending to widespread areas of rain. Showers and thunderstorms also tending to rain over in the southwest, 46 millimetres in through there, and along the coast as well, thanks to onshore winds. So what is causing all of this? Let's have a look at this map here. Now, I always encourage you to have a look at where the high pressure systems are first. I know low pressure is where all the excitement and action comes from, but highs tell us where the wind is coming from and what those lows are likely to do. So two big features here. This one, this trough, doesn't look very exciting, but yes, it is, because high pressure is down through here, so it is south, not quite over the bight anymore, but more into the southeast and well to our south. Have a look at the shape of it. It's a jelly bean shaped high. So here it is, you can see it moving around in through this thing here, like a big smiley face. What that does is cradle that trough to the north. So you've got all of this moisture coming in from the Pacific Ocean and the Tasman Sea, and that is getting literally stuck there on this trough that can't really move because the high is controlling it. It is strong, it is stubborn, it is stuck there, and so this trough is just going to very slowly, day by day, work its way towards the coast. So this one is a significant pattern because it is so slow moving and it produces significant rain. Over in the southwest, the low is well to the south now, and we've got high pressure here, high pressure there, so there is not much coming through there unless you're right in the south from now on. So let's take a look here. So we can see that just right on that southern coastline now. Over in the east, that's where the action is. So we're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into Monday still on the coast there. This area here, the brighter green, that's 25 to 50 millimetres. Now the bigger falls are going to be in those hit and miss showers and thunderstorms, particularly the thunderstorm part, but there is that widespread rain there as well, which ensures that everyone at least gets a little bit through this one coming in. Now it is higher on the coast, and you can see it is right along the coast, up on through Queensland, right down through New South Wales, and then disappears as soon as we turn the corner into Victoria. These ones here may be 100 millimetres, even up to 150 millimetres. So there are parts of the coast that will do quite well out of this one. And it's actually the ranges that are kind of the break in between. Now this covers New South Wales in through here. It doesn't cover the Riverina in through here. So it's moving around. The high pressure is blocking it from coming there. Victoria, you can see it literally hits the border and it stops. And Tasmania isn't seeing anything out of this. Why? Because the high is so dominant and it's over the top. So it is blocking that rain from coming into those parts. It does spill over into southern parts of Queensland and then the southeast once you've got the moisture coming in, as well as with that coastline there. Now there is activity that is right up the top in through here. And then you can see all of this is shaded in a much lighter colour. So this is the 1 to 5 millimetre range. That's another system that may be brewing at the end of next week. Okay, let's take a look day by day. So here we have day one, which is Friday. This is where all the action is over western New South Wales, just coming into Mildura, Swan Hill in through here. Plus you've got all of that activity on the coast. We've got the remains of this just moving away from the inland this morning. Heading into Saturday, just on the coast down through there, we've got coastal activity here, but you'll notice this is very slowly inching eastwards as that system very slowly moves as the high is there cradling it in its jelly bean shape. So that is Saturday. Moving into Sunday, no more for the west. We've got it as a coastal system and into the ranges as well. And we've got another little one that is just popping up through there but doesn't extend far inland this time. Into Monday, there are the remains of that one. We've got this all as a coastal feature now, just moving around into Gippsland here, but nothing through the inland. As we go through Tuesday, there we go, again, all coastal, nothing happening over in the west, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is the start of this potential next system. So it's going to get a little bit of help from the tropics up through here, and there is going to be something that's going to set up, say, a trough that is running through here and then maybe moving eastwards that will produce some wet weather. So that's on the horizon, and it is something to watch. Okay, let's have a look at that in action. So here we have from the Euro model, so one of the models, we're looking at the temperature, and what we're looking at is next week. So starting on Monday, the 6th of May, so for a week from there, you'll notice overwhelmingly this is looking red, which you haven't seen for quite a while. So it's a bit of a flip. We're looking at high pressure now being in through here again. It's allowing everything to warm up. So not just confined to that southwest corner as it has been, it's spreading right on through, and you'll see it in the temperatures for next week. Let's have a look at the rainfall. So we know we've got this system coming through these parts here. We know we're missing out here. But here is that hint of tropical activity feeding down into something. So there's the next wave of it coming through at the end of next week, just building on through that one. But there's nothing left for the southwest in terms of next week. Let's move into week 2. So here we have the 13th of May for that week in through there. Again, we have a bit of a heat signal, so temperatures slightly above average. There's not as much in through here, which may be related to the rainfall. Here we have the rainfall also for week 2. So this is the 13th of May. It's got the hint of that system remaining. Now remember, from week 2 onwards, it's all a very dampened pattern here. So we have to look harder to see the bits in it. That's a nice way of putting it. But onshore airflow here, perhaps the remains of whatever this system is that's coming in, tapping into that tropical moisture and coming down. But again, I think it is missing the southeast, most of Victoria and Tasmania as well, and not for South Australia. So these parts, high pressure is in the way and it is stopping any of that wet weather from coming to us. Okay, let's have a look at the bigger picture. So here is the southern annular mode. Now, the US have finally fixed this. They've got the observations back up and running. So this is the observations of what happened. This is the Weather Bureau's idea of where we're heading from here. So it does have a dip. Now, this one indicates strong cold fronts. That would indicate that, hey, something coming up in through here, but this is a Southern Ocean-wide thing. So strong cold fronts in the pattern, yes, but not hitting us here in Australia here because high pressure is blocking it. So I like to say with this one, it helps encourage those strong fronts, but if there's high pressure over those southern parts of Australia, it's not going to do anything. It's going to impact somewhere else, maybe South America or South Africa that gets the action from that one. So this one, it looks good, but doesn't look like it'll be hitting the Australian longitudes. Okay, having a look at the MJO, so that's our pulse of tropical moisture. This one's taken a bit of a turn, and I talked about a bit of an influence from the tropics. And here it is, just coming back into our area. So it has been very weak in the middle there. The projections were sending it over here, but taking a little bump out, and now they're expecting it to move just in through here. So it's our little source of tropical moisture that could feed the next system that's coming in. But this shows us that as we're going through May, a lot of May, we won't have that tropical influence. Okay, having a look at the sea surface temperature anomaly, how much warmer or cooler things are than average. We have a look at the boxes, and the Pacific box is getting very interesting indeed. This one has been yellow for the past year. Now we are talking about the very end of El Nino, which occurred a couple of weeks ago. We went below that threshold. Now we're sitting in neutral and things are happening under the surface. Let's have a look. So this here is under the surface. It's January, February, March, and April. Over on this side, you've got Australia. Over on this side, you've got South America. And we're looking for blobs of blue. So here it was. It built off the coast here. It started heading eastwards. It built as it came in through here. It got stronger, and now it is nice and strong. And you can see there is no more red left just under that surface there. So all of this blue is about to come up. And here it is in action. Over the past couple of weeks, we've noted a fair bit of blue out through here, but just the odd spot coming in. Now, look, it's a proper long line in through there. What I'd expect in the weeks ahead is for this line to continue moving through and then just expand and expand and expand. Now, remember, the oceans take a long time to move. So we've already been in this transition phase for the past 2 months. Now we are starting to see more of that, and there's still, a month or 2 left before we actually start to feel any of the effects of that. Over in the ear, so let's continue with the Pacific Ocean. So with this one, when we have orange out through here, we would generally get blue off through here. That's the offset. That didn't happen last time. So we still had a source of moisture from the Pacific Ocean. We definitely had a source of moisture from the incredibly warm Tasman Sea, and they are still there. And if you have a look under the ocean here, there is red that is building just off Australia. So it looks like that red isn't going anywhere. So in terms of our Pacific forecast, here we were in that El Nino, which didn't affect us as much because we didn't have that blue offset off Queensland. And we also had the Tasman Sea to fill in for it as well. Here we are out of that. So we came across that threshold and moving through here. This is the latest figure. So it's about a month that we've been out of it. And all of these models have it heading in this direction. They have been doing this for months now. We can see it in action in both the atmosphere, but also the ocean that is driving that. We've got 2 models that cross over at the end of June, so mid to end of June. We've got another one here that comes in July. And then the next one gets close in August and then potentially crosses the line around October. The other three don't cross that line as we go through this part of the year, but they're certainly not up here. So overall, that is telling us that yes, we're heading down in through here, and we're going to start to feel the effects of blue out through here and orange in through here. That makes the atmosphere work to push that moisture towards Australia. So we had El Nino that pushes the moisture away. We didn't get the full effects of that thanks to all of this warmth. Now it is going back the other way, which we had in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Similar pattern where we've got a heap of moisture to play with. Over in the Indian Ocean, this box here is looking very orange. We don't have a corresponding blue out through here yet. That is what we would expect for the moisture to be pushed away from Australia. Orange here and blue off through here. Again, it's doing what was happening in the Pacific Ocean. So this should be telling us that the moisture is being pushed away from Australia, but without that corresponding blue, it can have less of an effect. Let's have a look at the Indian Ocean. So it bobs around in summer as it does every time. Here we are. We've been back in through here, and all of the forecasting are suggesting we're staying here. This is known as a positive Indian Ocean dipole. That's the same as El Nino in the Pacific, just doesn't have the fancy name. It pushes that moisture away from Australia. But have a look at this map here. Unless we see all the blues developing off through here, it should have a limited effect. Yes, it's meant to push it away, but without that offset of blue, it doesn't have the strength of what a normal one would. Now, taking that into account, we start to feel this as we go through spring and summer. We feel this over winter and spring. So that is one thing pushing the moisture away, but potentially not strongly thanks to this. This is another one in a shifting phase, and we've also got all this warm water here. So that would tell me that in a normal world, we would have the moisture being pushed away from Australia as we go through winter. So that's none of those, or less of those juicy cloud bands that come down from the northwest, affecting all of those parts of southern Australia. However, with our water here that's warmer, and with our water here that's warmer, we may have less of a drying effect from those. Okay. Then at the end of the year, it weakens as it normally does, or is this a very late dip at the end of the season that could help enhance that moisture once again? We'll see. Okay, let's have a look at some forecasts. So I thought I'd choose Cobar right in the middle of, let's move back up to the top here, sorry about your eyes, right in the middle of this large area of rain that's running through here. So in Cobar, it is raining. We've got showers and thunderstorms in the area. The risk of storms continues right through to about late afternoon. And look at the potential falls coming in, 34 millimeters. That is the average across all of the different weather models today. Let's expand that out so we can see it in action. They've all got good falls there. 20 to 54 millimeters is the range across there. So all of them have it hitting that particular spot. It is cloudy, as you would expect with all of that wet weather, our low, mid and high level clouds. So there's no real sunshine today, and a dampener on temperatures, top of about 17. Now, when is this going to finish up? The heavier falls are today, but there's still some coming into tomorrow. So here is Saturday, definitely not as strong, and I'll expand that back out so we can see. Most of it is earlier on, and only one or two models that still have anything by the evening. That's another 6 millimeters or 3 to 10 across the range. And in total, it's 41 as the average for what we're hitting through here. Let me just move me out of the way for a second. We've got just this 0.2 here, and we've got, if we scroll down, a 0.3 next Saturday. So that's the potential of that next system that was coming in. That could be that tropical feed and affecting a large part of the inland part there, but not down into the southeast. So that's the potential for that coming in as well. Okay, so that is for Cobar. Let's head to the coast where things are very exciting. Sydney, 9 millimeters is the average today. It is each and every hour that you have the risk of showers coming through. Heading to Saturday, that jumps up to 19. The range is 7 to 35. Heading into Sunday, that looks like it's going to be the heaviest. We've got the risk of storms in there as well, 24 to 72 millimeters. So Sunday in Sydney could be quite soggy. And then, is it ever going to ease? Yes, we've got 13 on Monday, then back down to 4 by Tuesday. But again, the overall airflow is pushing it in from the Pacific Ocean and the Tasman Sea. So yes, I would expect, even when there's not enhanced wet weather, there's still some wet weather moving through. Okay, that's it from me for today. If you haven't signed up for Jane's Weather Pro, do please get in contact with us and we'll flick the switch and enable you to see all of this great modelling that is designed for just your particular spot of the world. Bye.